This is how I made $500 in 5 minutes. But I should have made the $1,000. I mean, not 1,000 because 1,000 multiplied by 7 because I got 750K accounts, so 7K. But I just made 458 because I was not sharp. So let's dive into the trade recap. Here, this is the only trade that I took last week, on the week of the 14th April to the 18th April. So usually I don't have any trade on Monday. So I was looking at the chart on the side, and then at some point my intuition just said to me, like, look at the screen, because I had my computer over there. I was working on my Mac on my other project. And then I saw the trade and I instantly said, oh, that's what I'm waiting for. So I just entered with one lot. I didn't even calculate how much size I had to get in, so I just pressed buy short, and my copier was nothing was open. So instead of making 7K, I made $500, but it's okay. So let's dive into the charts. So first off, what we had on the 4 hour on the previous week, because it happened Monday, we ranged, then we at the end of the week we just plunged, we just dropped, and then you can see at the start of this other week, so this is like a market structure on 3 weeks. We get that low, we shoot back up, we try to break the low, we down, and then big fair value gap breaking this high, so we kind of change the market structure. So at this point, as I said on Twitter, I was looking for market to go up there and then go back to the low. So at this point, I was still waiting for it to go up because we got other one order block here. We bounce perfectly into it. You can see the wick. We want to continue. There's this big fair value gap. So we want to continue over there, and plus to add as a confluence, we're very, very close to this high. So to me, it's like mostly sure that we're gonna take this high. So at this time I was looking slightly for a bullish setup, but like I said, it was Monday. So for me, based on my trade journal and my history, Monday is just not there's not that many trade that I took. So now on the 1 hour, what we have here, so we bounce off that order block here. We got a bullish order flow leg, and here we got a gap because we change week, and on Sunday market open at 6 right there. So we got this gap, but at this moment we were here, and as you could see now, it was when I was like unsure because it was 9 at 9 a.m. I started to be like, okay, exactly, there won't be any trade today because I was looking for like a bullish scenario, but market was choppy, so that's where I put my computer aside. But this happened. The good thing is I was able to change bias fast because I end up taking a short. So look, why? We got this bullish order flow leg, and now we open here with the gap on Sunday, but we don't create any bullish fair value gap. So this is not a bullish order flow leg. So this is not very good. And when we arrived here at like 4, we barely touch it, and then we got reject, and then we go back, we sweep it, get rejected, and after we try to go up again, and just you see there's resistance, and then we take that high, get rejected again. So this is pretty bad. So me, when I'm trading, I always have 4 like time frame open at the same time on the same screen. I got the 1 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. So I'm always looking at the story on multiple time frame because they all fractal. So on the 4 hour, I was looking, it was looking pretty weak to continue up. Plus there was this bearish fair value gap. On the 1 hour, it was looking bad. So these two are like the biggest time frame. There's the daily, the weekly, but they're much more stronger than the 1 minute. That's where I take my entry. So if they dictate that this is gonna happen, then I'm gonna align with the bias that they show me. So right now in the 50-minute, we were uptrending, as you can see. There's no problem here. The only thing is that we create bullish order flow leg with fair value gaps, but when we go into them, we don't bounce directly and create new bullish fair value gap. So this is pretty weak. So you can see on the 1 hour, all that choppiness you saw, that's exactly this on the 15-minute. You see, we can barely take the high. Now we take it, we create bullish fair value gap, and we just disrespect them right away. But the good sign at that moment was we disrespect the bullish fair value gap, but we don't create bearish one. So that was okay. And then, okay, we continue up, create one bullish fair value gap, and now huge down candle that completely disrespect the bullish fair value gap and we sweep these two low. When we sweep these low like that, if it's really a sweep, like if the candle doesn't close below, I'm immediately looking, and I'm not trading. It's not a setup I'm looking for, but usually I know that the market's gonna head next to the high. So what I was looking at this moment, it was re-entry back into here, that is gonna act as a resistance area because it's a bearish fair value gap, a little pullback, and if I were lucky that the market showed me like a good setup, there would be a bullish fair value gap here, and I would have entered into it and aimed for that because I was long at first. But when I saw that happen, now this is where I changed my bias fast, and this is where I got fucked because, like I said, I wasn't sharp. Like at that moment, I was looking at the chart, but I had a bullish bias, so I was actively looking for a long. But when that happened, I was like, okay, we're gonna go lower. And when we change direction like that, I like to wait for the market to really show me that like we are already trending down or up for like an hour, and then I align myself. So I was like, okay, maybe get a setup in like 1 or 2 hours. So I put the computer aside and my setup just appeared, and this is where I got fucked because I was not locked in, I was not prepared. So you can see why. Look, we got the bearish fair value gap. We weaken, we respect it, huge wick that is pushing lower the price. Same thing here, here, here. It's just very bearish. But this time, when you drop on the 1 minute, what you can see is the same thing. Look, this candle, it's just this. It's all fractal. So on the 15 minute, that big wick ends up like that, and we create 1 minute bullish, bearish fair value gap, and we disrespect the order block. And then, like I said, it's the same thing as I'm looking for on every time frame. But I'm trading the 1 minute. But if I would be trading the 15 minute, I mean, if I would be looking for an entry on the 15 minute, I will look for the same thing. And my entry pattern is exactly this: bearish fair value gap or bullish fair value gap, depending the scenario. Re-entry into it, and when we go back in, I want to see them get used as as fuel to continue and create another fair value gap. So look here, bearish fair value gap, we go back into it and we create another bearish fair value gap off of this one. So this is the perfect entry for me. So that's why I entered right there, and I put my stop here because fair value gap is just fuel. So why my stop is here? Because if it goes back there, it means that it's not real. It's not true, not the fuel that I'm looking for. So that's why the trade took 5 minutes. And okay, cool, I use this to like market the title, or say it took 5 minutes, but all my trades are between 5 and 15 minutes. When they take longer than that, I misread the thing and it just range, and I'm gonna get either chopped out or I get a lucky TP. But because I have my trading journal, when I see these trades happening, immediately when I get the chance to get out at break even, I get out. So either 5 to 15 minutes, I get a TP, or in 1 or 2 minutes, I'm stopped out because I misread something or any other scenario. So I entered here, took 5 minutes. You can see here from the entry to there, 5 minutes. And look at this setup. It's perfect because I'm trading the 1 minute. So I'm not targeting the 4 hour low, even if I align myself with the higher time frame. So that means I'm looking to aim maximum this, because it's not sure that we're gonna continue here. We might just sweep it. So here I had the chance to have a 142 RR without even aiming for these low. And look, also there is only one fair value gap, and we got into it before my entry. So the only resistance, like the only strong resistance that I could, like I've seen a big push back up, was this area, and actually just give me a push right into my entry. And then we got these low that are weak. So we got a low resistance liquidity run. Look at this, market delivers super fast. So I could have targeted here, but I always risk 142. So maybe in the future, maybe when like 1 or 2 years, when I have much more data on this strategy, I'm gonna maybe see that I could aim for a bigger RR. But right now, 142 is just the best, because even if my plan tell me that I can do it, it's just much more difficult psychologically to hold the trade longer and have a bigger RR, because bigger RR means, like, to me, on my 4 years of trading, bigger RR means lower win rate. And lower win rate, it's hard psychologically when you lose trade, like when you lose 6 trade in a row, even if you got 1 for 5 RR, when you lose 6 trade in a row, it just get to you. We're human, you know. So unless your DNA is like modified or something, it's very hard. So right now, the best for me, 1 for 2, it's just great. Even though I knew, like, when I got TP, I knew that it was gonna go there. I mean, I knew, you can't really know, but the probability was on my side for this and for this, because if I would not have entered here, I would have been looking and then for an entry here until this get taken out. When this, if I would not have any entry and the low would have been taken out, then for me it's done, and it happens quite often actually. The PDA rate I'm looking forward to get targeted gets it, and I didn't enter, but I was right. So I guess my ego gets flattered, and I feel good every time when I don't get in a trade, and I'm like, I was right. I was right. So that's cool, but yeah, that's not a point. So yeah, so this is how I made only 450 US on the top step. There's always tomorrow. You gotta trade for tomorrow. So I didn't over risk. I didn't say fuck. So like when I got my entry, I was not like opening my Apex copier and like angry that I only entered on my top step. So I hope I was clear enough. If you got any question, in the comments, or you can join the Discord that is completely free. Directly in the description, you just click on the link. It's completely free. There's free value there. The goal is to offer free value, so click there. I hope there's a bunch of people that talk between each other, sharing their strengths. So some people are maybe have good technical skills. Some other people good psychology or risk management, money management. So if everyone like share our knowledge and like become war machine, like super humanoid trader. So yeah, so join the Discord. So thanks for watching, and bye.